Good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning for me, 10:08, and this is our Easter service, kind of a walkthrough. But I'm doing it from Dan's office. I share an office with two other people, and I don't want to distract them. I'm going to be really, really detailed on this because if you are volunteering this weekend as a sub or as like some of you, it's going to be your first time volunteering in Kidman, and I called and I said, hey, we need extra help because there's 7 services. Like, thank you. And I don't want to leave you out to dry and just assume that you'll figure it out because you would figure it out. But why make you figure it out if I can just tell you what to do, you know? And so let me just say this. Our services, we want to be ready to go 15 minutes before service starts. So if you are volunteering on the Saturday at 5 o'clock, this is a tricky one because we have an egg hunt at 4:30, and if you have kids and they're going to an egg hunt, go be with your kids. Um, but get done with the egg hunt, open those eggs, check for tickets, golden tickets, prizes, whatever, get the candy, and then get into the classroom just as soon as you can because we're going to have parents dropping kids off. We're going to be able to welcome them, and especially those new families. That's what Easter for me is just all about of going, hey, there are new kids and new families. And we don't want kids to walk in and go, I don't know anyone. I don't know what I'm doing here. We want them to walk in and have someone go, so glad you're here. Let's go play this game. Let's go do this thing. So you're going to show up, you're going to come in. I want you all to come check in the main big room. We call it the clubhouse. It's where the stage is for kids, where that is where you'll get your small group materials. So this is what your small group paper looks like. Also, we'll have our lanyards are in there, and then we'll get you to the right rooms. Now, if you normally serve with us and you know where you're supposed to be, just come in the room, get your stuff, and go like you normally do. But in case you're new, you're a visitor of a guest serving person, do come in, check in, go, hey, where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? Please ask questions. I had Alec this weekend. He was running our computer stuff, and he asked me like 9 questions. And I said, I so appreciate you asking me the questions and not just going, I'll figure it out. I would love to be able to answer this for you. So at about 5 minutes after the start of service. So if you're at the 5 o'clock, I'm going to use the 5 o'clock service the whole time as my frame of reference. At 5:05, we're going to start small groups. Just give kids an extra 5 minutes to come in from the egg hunt, get checked in, get dropped off, all that stuff. We do the first small group activity. So it says first small group. And you're going to have kids do their best impression of a rooster wake up call. And so you're just going to have kids making rooster noises, which is just silly and dumb. And so, by the way, introduce yourself to your group. I should say that and go, hey, I'm not normally in your group. My name is Trevor. We're going, what are your names? Bam, 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 bam. Our idea is that every adult in there would be leading a group, or if you're with a couple, like the two of you could lead a group. We want our groups to be as small as possible. So that way, when I say, hey, let's go around and say our names, the idea is that you would say, 10 names or 8 names, not 17 names. And so you're going to do this activity, and then you're going to have kids lay down and pretend to be sleeping. And then people are going to walk around making rooster noises and see if you can make kids laugh. That's really the whole game. Then we will head across the hall. Second, third comes over, K1 comes over, fourth, fifth. You stay in that room, but you go and have a seat where we're going to do our games. Now, in the planning center, there are 3 options for games. We're not going to play all those games, but over the course of the weekend, we probably will. So one of them is a game called Fly Birdie Fly, and it involves throwing and hitting marshmallow peeps like this across the room. And other kids are going to have Easter baskets and try and catch those peeps. So we're going to fling marshmallows across the room, especially the sugar-coated ones, and kids will get dusty with sugar dust, and it'll be great. Another game is called Eat It or Yeet It, where I bought this Wheel of Fortune type spinner. Sorry, there's glare on it. I apologize. It's just going to have glare. And so you'll spin it. Oh, it broke as I just spun it, but it goes click, 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 click. And wherever it lands, there's going to be a flavor of marshmallow peep. So you'll notice these ones were cotton candy. I have kettle corn. I have tropical burst. I have birthday cake. And so I will write different types of peeps on all of these, and you have to eat it blindly. So the kid will spin it without looking at what it is. So they'll spin it like this, and the rest of the crowd will see what it is, and then they have to eat it and go, oh, that is and if they get the flavor right, they earn a point for their team. And so we'll play multiple rounds. and have a good time doing that. The last game option is called Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Egg. We play every single Easter. You get every single pair of kids. You have kids get in pairs. You give them all an Easter egg. This is a phone. We're going to pretend. You put the egg in the middle. I say head. They put their hands on their head. Shoulders, knees, shoulders, head, egg. And when you say egg, it's a race. First person to grab the egg, they win that round, and they advance on tournament style. And so when you're all done with your small groups, feel free to grab some eggs and even play that game in your small groups as well. So I'm just telling you all that. You are not running that. The host is running that. So it's me, it's Emma, it's Aaron, it's Kelly. Like, if you're first time here, like, you're not running any of that. I just want you to be in the know of what's happening. So we have a memory verse, which is so fun. It's so fun. It's he is not here, he has risen, but we do it like WWE wrestlers, and so you'll have a great time with that. I want you to be surprised by that one. I'm not going to tell you about that. We'll do 2 songs for worship. We'll have our story, and then we'll go back to our small groups. Now, my philosophy with small groups is you have so much stuff that you cannot get through it all. I don't expect you to do it all. I just know if you run out of stuff to do, the kids can smell the unpreparedness, and then they go nuts. So you have discussion questions right here. And so again, these are all, you have access to these right now on the Planning Center. I also print out the hard copy version. Basically, hey, let's just review what that story was about. Like, were you paying attention? Because then you have a response called the Farmer's Almanac. We're doing this every single week, and it's on a paper. It looks like this, and it gives them some prompts of what to do and what to write and what to draw. And so if you're with kindergarten and first graders, have them draw or color. If you're with older kids, you can have them write, and you can even talk about it out loud first to go a little bit deeper. And so, yeah, like I said, you have these prompts, and then at the very end, it also says, oh, and you can do a coloring page. And if you flip the prompts, this here, if you flip it over, oh, look, there it is. It's a coloring page. So both of those are on the same sheet. You also have a, here's what's funny. I told you the wrong thing. That rooster crowing game is at the end. That's this one here. I said it was at the beginning. It's not. It's right there. And also praying. Just pray for your kids or ask a kid to pray for your group. And all this time, you're doing these activities. Our goal, just so you know, if you're new with us, your goal is not to like have a group that knows all the answers to the questions. It's to engage with your kids and answering the question of like, but why is this important? Like, we're talking about Jesus raising from the dead, and I want you to know that story. It's really, really important. But like, why does that matter? And so that's what all this is there to help you do. The discussion questions. You're going to ask a question somewhere along the end. Let me make sure I get there. Because what does Jesus being alive mean for us? Great. We love that you know that Jesus is alive. But what does that mean for us? Well, it means that Jesus conquered death, and that Jesus conquered sin, and that the reason that we don't have to die for our sins is because Jesus already died for our sins. And so that is the whole purpose of what we're doing. But I have planned a service to be about 1 hour and 10 minutes. I have no idea how long it will actually go, but we are doing 15 minutes on the front end, which is really from 5 to 5:15, or 8 to 8:15, or 9:30 to 9:45, but you're starting 5 minutes late, so you really have 10 minutes of opening small group. We're going to be together in large group for about half an hour, a little bit longer, and then we go back and you have all these activities. And like I said, you're going to have there's a bin in that big room, and it has these papers, and it has all the game supplies you're going to need, and Easter eggs, all that kind of stuff. So my other thing is this: if you are new with us, and if you're not new with us, you're here every single week. You're probably not still watching, but in case you are, be available to answer questions. I did not put anyone in a room with someone that's like, hey, the 5 of you have never served in kids before, or with elementary students. Someone in every single room knows what they're doing, has been there before. So please ask questions. I'm around all the time. Ask questions, and we're gonna have a really great time. And just know, here's the best part: you can't mess this up. You can't do it. I joke about it. I go, if kids go home and mom and I go, hey, what'd you learn at church today? Like, as long as the answer isn't like, all hail Satan, the Lord of darkness, then we're okay. My philosophy is that when parents pick their kids up, they ask 2 questions. They say, did you have fun, and what did you learn? And we want that first question, did you have fun? That's actually more important to me on an event weekend like an Easter service, because if they have fun, they'll want to come back. So if they say, what did you learn? And they go, Nothing, which is what they're going to say, by the way. They're going to say, what did you learn? Nothing. That's why we give you these take home half sheets that go, well, did you learn about Easter? Did you learn about Jesus raising from the dead? Oh, yeah, we sure did. Our memory verse was, there it is. But if they have fun, they'll come back. But if they go, did you have fun? They go, no, that sucked. What did you learn? Oh, here's what I learned. They're not coming back to learn more. So I don't want the two to be mutually exclusive. Like you can either have fun or learn. I want them to do both. But the reason I'm playing a game that involves blind taste testing marshmallow peeps and then launching them across the room with baseball bats and pickleball rackets is because the answer to the question, did you have fun, needs to be yes. And that's why we put a game about crowing like roosters. Sorry, I thought it was right there. It's right here. So I put a game about crowing like roosters in their small group time because is it dumb? Yeah. Are kids dumb? Yeah. Do kids love dumb stuff? Yeah. Do adults love dumb stuff? Yeah. Well, let's do dumb stuff and have a lot of fun while we do it. So, if you have any questions, um, please reach out. Text me. My number is 217-357-4937. The Planning Center invite typically, for whatever reason, defaults to like just show you all the services, and it's going to look like I've asked you to serve all the services. But if we've talked about you serving at one or two or three services, that's all I'm expecting. So if all you've said is I want to do 6:30 on Saturday, that's all I'm expecting you to do. And if it looks like I've asked you to come at 9:30 and 11 on Sunday too, I didn't. Okay, so all that being said, if you have any questions, reach out, ask. We're gonna have a great time. It's a great story. I mean, it's the Easter story, man. It's awesome. It's like arguably the most important story of our faith. People would debate that because of the Christmas story, and he can't die if he wasn't born, and all this stuff. But it's a great story. It's a great weekend. We're going to have tons of fun. I'm so glad, whether you're there every single weekend, Kidmin, or this is your first time ever, I'm so glad you're going to be there. We're going to have a great time. If you have any questions last time, reach out. Peace out.